Old School Balisong here. It has come to my attention that people actually watch this channel and want more information. Well, I started a knife of the week. What was it? 7 weeks ago. So what I'm going to do now is do a quick overview of knife number one, which was a DMC, all the way up until the current knife, the Toucan. So let's get started. And then I'm going to do a post, try to do a post each week of the knife of the week on YouTube and Rumble as well. Okay. So the first knife we had, of course, was the Hayes-Tech DMC. And we'll go over the weight and everything. 4.2 ounces, and she is 10 inches long, just under. And she is neutral as can be, not to mention her ring, which I don't know how to do sound checks. I got to learn. The second one was the JK Design Embargo, one of my favorite knives. Mine's all pimped out with the Jimpy design, little gem in there, and then JK's spacers. And we got 4.6 ounces, and this one is 10 1/4. And a little handle bias on this one, just a little bit. I designed it that way. I have all the weights in it. It has a weight system. I think y'all know that. So I've got the weights plus the full channel spacers, adds a little bit of weight to it. Week number 3 was the Hayes-Tech Katana Song with the Kuma blade profile that I did. This one weighs in at 4.6. This one is beautiful. It is a life-death edition, but that's tough to say in the morning. So the safe handle says life in kanji. The bite handle says death. And this one is, what is that? Neutral? Yeah, pretty neutral. And it is 10 1/2 inches long. And then next we have the latest from Varden Pay. And I have another one of these showing up at channel, can't wait. This is his newest design. I love it. I went nuts when I first put my hands on it. This is a bushing knife, not a bearing knife. Comes in at 4.1. And is right just a hair under 10 inches. So you got 10 and 15/16 basically. Neutral. I mean, this knife I actually adore. I would flip it more if it wasn't for the point. I do not want to tip it. Beautiful knife by Varden Pay. Then we have the Indiana John full custom MBT with a Damascus blade. This is a Damascus that he forged himself. See that? A long story behind this one. I'm gonna have to do a whole separate video on this knife because this knife is uber cool. A lot of sentimental value in this one. It is 4.8 at 9 3/4, or just above, so 9 13/16, almost 7/8. And this one is pretty neutral. It feels blade heavy, but when you flip it, it's not. Did I already weigh it? Just in case. Yeah, 4.8. Okay, then we had the Makuru Machine Works Death's Head. This is a hearken to tradition and old school. I love this knife. It's a long one at just over 10 1/4, so 10 3/8, and a light one, 3.9. Now when I got her, she was 3.8. There's a weight system in here. All the new ones have a different weight system. There are, I believe, number 1, number 2, number 3, and I think number 4 don't have weight system. Wait, number 4 might, I don't know. I know 2 and 3 don't, but from here on out they will. And this one is thin. It is contoured, and he has to do this all by hand. I mean, this is all on a grinder, a hand sander. I mean, he just sits there and perfects these. So when you think about it, each one of these knives is just a little different because they're hand finished. Mine has a polished blade, and he's not gonna do another polished blade ever because he hates it. This one's actually really fun to flip. It feels weird because it is a little blade heavy, but that weirdness, what that is the for me, it's the carbon fiber. I'm not used to flipping knives with scales. Once I get used to it, I really like it. So much so I have to avoid flipping it because I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt it, and this is the number 1, the first of its kind, so I do not want to damage it. And that puts us on to this week's knife of the week, which is, I'm gonna try to pronounce it, Riquez blades out of Brazil. This knife is a one of a kind. It's called the Toucan. It's a prototype. He is not gonna make any more, which is a shame. The reason is a cost. He cannot get these to come in for a decent price. I mean, the price he paid for this one is just ridiculous. And he sold it to me for way, way less than he paid for it. And it weighs nothing. This thing turns off so fast. It's only 3.8, and that's with the bite indicator. So 3.8. At 10 1/4, right there. Didn't realize this was that long. And it is wow. That's pretty damn neutral. The fun fact about this is because of the Bowie style knife and the tip, I really shouldn't be tipping it, but this flips so good. I can't help it. I see this being in my pocket just as much as my Hayes-Tech. That's how much I like it. So that's got us up to date on the knives of the week. Next week knife, I believe, is going to be the Gaboon, because that got the votes. And I will hopefully get this channel more dialed in and more entertaining as time goes on. And give me your feedback on this. Like the page and share it so I can get more followers, so they can give me more ideas so I can make this more than just me sitting here measuring knives and yakking on about them, because I'm not a great flipper. So this is going to be a flipping channel per se. I may do a few when I'm feeling pretty confident, but as soon as I turn that camera on, I suck at flipping. That's a fact. I don't know what it is about it. Let's see, anything else? No. We are done for today. So please like and share and give me thoughts on future videos, how to change these, how to make them more entertaining, and what knives you want to hear about. Okay? Thanks a lot. Old School Balisong. Y'all take care.